Hi, it's Colleen Schmidt from Divination Counseling Service here today to present the sign of Virgo for July 2021. So if you are a Virgo Sun, a Virgo Rising, or a Virgo Moon, you might want to tune in. There could be a message here for you today. Before I begin, as always, I want to take a moment for gratitude. I want to thank you, first of all, for watching this video. I also want to thank my subscribers. And if you're not one, I hope you will become one. If you would, please like, share, and comment. I would really love to hear from you. So today we're going to be doing, as always, a Celtic cross that I then turn into a block when I pull the 3 clarifiers. We are going to be using a Rider Waite Deck, the American version. And when I'm finished, I will come back and I will look at the asteroids that will be traveling through the sign of Virgo in the month of July. In order to pin those asteroids down, I will be using the new moon chart of July 9th, 2021. So with that said, my Virgo friends, let's jump in and check out what the cards have to tell you for the month of July 2021. So we're all set up and we're going to let, as always, the cards decide the significator for our reading today. So we're going to start, as always, with our 3 piles. There we go. So we're looking at energy for Virgo in the month of July 2021. Our significator is that there are some new beginnings that you've been working with that have been rather stressful, but they really are more trouble than they're worth. So we're dealing with something that's more trouble than it's worth. What's crossing you is that you need to let go of something. See, the hangman is a waiting period. Here you are, you're waiting, okay? The upright, the upside down, you're waiting too, but you may not realize it, or you're not letting go. You might be the one who's holding on, and it may be time to let go. So what's crossing you is that acceptance that something is more trouble than it's worth. Wow, they go together already. The base of the cards, the foundation, is telling us that there's a lot going on here that you are not aware of. Now, some of it is working in your behalf, and it does state with the High Priestess that there's a lot going on that you don't know, and oftentimes it does work in your behalf. However, it's also a spiritual card, and it means that you could be spiritually led right now, where you're being guided, where things are happening that are happening as a result of spirit. What's passing you is that it's been one problem after another. No sooner does one thing get resolved that something else comes in and falls apart. So you really are dealing with that. Right side up, it's a victory card. It's also a yes card, but that's not how it fell for us. Okay, so how it fell for us is problems after problems. The crowning card is that you know that you get more with honey than with vinegar. You have been extremely patient, and they are asking you to continue to be patient because patience is where the strength is. So it is asking you to be patient as the situation goes through its change or its what's happening. What's in front of you is that you just don't seem to be getting the physical support that you need. This can be money, but most often this is physical support. This is getting the help you need, and you just don't seem to be getting it. Right side up, you'd be getting it, but the card came upside down. You're not getting it. This is why in the month of July, you're being asked to let something go because it is not working, okay? It's just not working. What you bring, well, a lot of struggle with some karmic issues. This could be people in your life that you're not seeing eye to eye with, that you're butting heads with. Somebody close to you may not be agreeing with what is going on right now. That would be another reason why you're not getting physical support. Okay. But I also feel that karmatically you may not be in the right track yet. And that's what's coming up for you in this situation. If it were right side up, it would be a karmic situation, getting help from people close to you. Upside down, you're butting heads. Really, you're butting heads. Somebody does not agree with the way or the direction that things are going. The external situation has become extremely stressful. That makes a lot of sense. This whole reading makes a lot of sense. That it's very, very stressful for you, Virgo, right now. That's what the external situation is bringing up. The external situation is causing you more stress. Not only are you not getting the physical support you need, but you have a lot of stress. From the hopes, the fears, I'm going to go with fear, that you're not moving, that you're just stuck, and that you can't move forward. Knowing that you have to move forward because things are more trouble than they're worth. But with the Chariot, you get the sense that you are stuck in the muck and the mire, and you're really not getting where you need to be. And that is your fear, that you won't get where you need to be. You won't get what you need to get. First outcome, which is not really an outcome because of the way we read, but it's talking about money going out. Money, money, money. Going out, going out, going out for the household, for the family, for things in the household. There's just a lot of money going out. It doesn't tell us whether it's the money's there or not. I'm assuming that it is. I don't see a catastrophe. But at the same time, I do see what I like to call bleeding money. Okay. 3 cards. And I'm going to keep them the way they are. So we have an outcome, a good one. So I'm going to talk about the people that show up. This card means spiritual strength through prolonged struggle. As a matter of fact, when I read for people on a personal level, this is not a card we want to see. But it does mean you're getting stronger, especially spiritually, that you're being able to see these things, to understand these things, and then to ultimately rectify them. Can also be that a woman is causing the stress, because it is a woman and it is stress. Okay? The next card is a man who might be saying things that you find upsetting. Could be a man that is criticizing the situation or the circumstance. Could be a situation that has just become overwhelming. And it could be all of the above because it's a wand, it's overwhelming. Right side up, you would be getting, again, support, probably from a man, a lot of cheerleading, but that's not what's happening. It's the opposite. 2 people, and it could be 2 people who are contributing to the stress. The outcome, though, is wonderful because it all forces you to take the plunge, to take the chance, to have faith, to move forward, to let go of what's not working so that you can move forward and find what would work. And you are ready to take that risk. You are ready to take that jump, and you will be in July. Good for you. That's a good outcome, actually, considering how torn you are through the whole reading. To have that card as your real outcome is beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. So good for you. So let's check and see what these asteroids have to say and see if they're going to be any help to us in deciphering and making this even clearer. So I've grabbed my paper and I'm back. And I'm looking at Virgo. There's a lot in Virgo. I'm going to start by saying you're being visited by many, many, many asteroids this month. And one of the things that I see right off the top is brace yourself for the chaos. That kind of goes with the reading. It also talks about how things are getting worse, particularly related to money. There is a situation that seems to be getting more and more difficult, and somehow it relates to money. It may be costing you money. It's costing you or it's costing your household. And I do see that. I also feel that the way to handle it is to go for the truth. And the way to get to the truth is when you are dealing with an individual, you can do that cold stare. It almost seems as though right now, Virgo, that the way to handle a situation is to be very stern, but particularly in your facial expressions when you're dealing with people. The truth will set you free. The truth is where you can become a winner. So the truth is very, very important this month, particularly related to some karmatic things that are going on, accepting and yet knowing when it's time to move on. That's part of the karma, but also the fact that, again, things seem to be getting worse. In some cases, it could be an illness that seems to get a little bit worse during the month, but it can also be, again, the fact that the truth puts some light on some things, and that also sets you up for understanding that things are a little bit worse than you thought. I do feel like things to be, there are some really serious things going on, and situations that maybe you feel like you're even held against your will, or that you're doing something or you're a part of something because you have a difficulty in changing it. Of course, that's what these cards are about. It also refers to the fact that because things do seem to go very slowly, and we can tell by the cards that it does take like the whole month to have this stuff culminate, it really does. It takes a lot of strategy. It takes a lot of remembering what you've seen. And there will be moments of why God me, a lot of moments of gloom and doom. But one of the things that you have to be aware of here is also a betrayal of privacy. That it's really, really important that you are very mindful of your privacy. Okay, that people are always good at finding out things about other people, and you might be good at finding out things about other people, but then you have to be, and by the way, you will be surprised by some of it. You have to use strategy, and that with that strategy, you also have to be mindful not to be in a position where you could betray somebody else, or that somebody else cannot betray you. And it does talk about being very focused on the tasks at hand, that you want to stay with your goals and what it is that you want to accomplish. And that goes back to that ace that's in reverse, that reminds you that some of this new direction that you've chosen isn't working either. So it gets you back and puts you back in the drawing board to look at that. It also says that you have to be a little bit more selfish this month, but at the same time, you're going to notice how other people will easily put themselves first. So I think that's another part of the struggle, that you might want to do good for others, or you want to be there for others, but that might not be the best for you. So you have to think about that and realize that, other people are thinking about themselves. So you need to think about yourself. So I want to also add here, I'm going on, that some things are slow because of a negative attitude. Like, in other words, people don't learn quickly because they're holding on to their grievances, or they're holding on to the ideas that are no longer working. and they're having a hard time. And that could be you, but it could be someone close to you, could be someone around you. The other thing is that I think you're going to be surprised at how strategic people can be, both good and bad, both good and bad. And I think that you want to be careful because there is an idea that sometimes people want things to go slower and they create their own crises, if you will. And the crises then slows up the works. It's like one crisis after another crisis after another crisis. Well, of course, that does make things go slowly. You want to keep a check on things. You want to keep a distant emotionally if you can, because that's how you're going to make better decisions if you stay more focused on the goal. Even if that goal is to move forward, even if that moving forward is slow, it doesn't matter. Stay focused. And if you can, keep a little distance. That's the best way to remain objective. So thank you for listening to this video, and take care of yourselves. Be well. And as always, until we meet again, I wish you only happy reading.